It's got PDX. It's Friday, November 11th. I've got 4 hours of sleep and I've got a face like a crusty croissant. So it's slept at a rest area last night, which I've never done before, but granted, it's a real nice rest area up in Washington, just outside of Chehalis. I've got a 3-day weekend, and so I'm going to head up to the Olympic Peninsula, and I thought I'd leave a little bit early, knock a few hours off that trip, and just kind of explore around today. Really haven't spent a whole lot of time in the Olympia area or the Olympic Peninsula. I've done the major loop around there a couple of times, but I thought maybe I'd slow down and check out some areas that I haven't been to and give my eyes something new to look at. Let me show you what the my view looks like. Well, it's not a bad looking rest area. Look at this side here. It was quite a bit busier. Last night when I pulled in, there was another Sprinter van, and I parked next to it. So I'm going to get cleaned up here, head into Olympia, and to go hit the REI there. There's a few things I forgot, and including my map, my benchmark atlas for Washington, which I really like those benchmark atlases. They show a lot of little small roads, and they're just good for planning. And I went to pull it out last night right before going to bed, which is something I like to do, kind of plan out the next day, and by gosh, it was gone there. All I had was 2 Oregons instead of an Oregon and a Washington. So my Washington map is quite a bit older. Gosh, it's probably 6, 7, 8 years old, so get a new map. Probably need to get a Discover Pass. I know I'm expired, and I'm going to be stopping on some state lands, maybe. I don't know. I don't want to have to worry about it. Dang Washington laws. Whatever. Shouldn't rant about Washington. Okay. So anyways, that's what's going on here. I'm going to get in the driver's seat and head on down the road. Just hanging out in a parking lot in my Sprinter. So, all right, how about something for breakfast? Got some of these Costco egg-rich turkey sandwiches. They just need to be microwaved for a couple minutes, let them sit, and they're ready to go. Let's give that a try. All right, and here's what we came up with. Doesn't look too bad. That and a cup of coffee, and we've got ourselves a low-carb keto breakfast. Let's give it a try. Just have myself a little bit of breakfast here in the Capitol Mall parking lot. You know, it's been kind of interesting driving around Olympia just a little bit. I haven't been in Olympia very much. And, you know, drove by the Capitol and that little downtown area in Olympia. So a few little cute little shops down there. I bet it was a little nicer before the COVID days, but didn't see a whole lot of homeless stuff going on, not like downtown Portland. So, you know, I'm sure that they have their areas here, but that's not one of them. This mall's relatively clean and safe looking, and so anyways, I'm going to have a coffee, a little bite to eat. By then the REI should be open, about 25 minutes, and then we'll pick up my little errand and head down the road. So that's all we got going on right now. My route figured out. I'm going to go 101 to 3, and then cross the floating bridge, which I've never done, and head into explore Port Townsend, and then head over to a little campground, Lyra River campground. So that's the general goal. We'll see how that works. So I'm up here at Anderson Lake State Park in Washington. Just pulled over to take a little break and have a little lunch and stretch the legs a little bit. This park's actually closed, but there's a bunch of people parked outside the trailhead and walked in, so that's what I decided to do. Just walking off my lunch a little bit, get the blood pumping a little bit, and then I'll move on down the road. The good news is I did buy a Discover Pass this year, just a little while ago, so I'm good for the next year in Washington state land. So that gets you into the state park day use areas. This is all closed, of course. I'm guessing there's a launch. Oh, and there's a launch fee and a day use and a park pass. It's like Washington sure likes to charge you the fees plus taxes. All right, well, it looks like I need to revise my rant. So the Discover Pass that I have does work here, and it does State Park, Washington Department of Fish and Wildlife, DNR, which is State Lands, Department of Natural Resource Lands. So it covers all those, including this park here. Doesn't cover the Discover Pass or the launch fee. So if you didn't have the Discover Pass, it'd be $17. But since I have the Discover Pass, that's the $10, which I bought a year for $30. You still have to pay the boat launch even with the Discover Pass. Well, made it down to the lake shore. It's quite nice. It seems like the lake level's pretty high, and I think maybe the trail that's going around the lake is impassable right now. Another thing about getting out this weekend, you know, it's autumn weather, so it's definitely going to be colder. But that's good, you know, it's helped get me acclimated to doing some camping in the wintertime, which I like to do. I like to camp year round, you know. It's different when it's cold out, and it's a little harder this early dark winter, which is the sad part of winter, that it gets dark at 4:30. You know, we're getting close to that. Walked up a hill heading back to the van and got a bit winded. So the van's right back there. I'm gonna go load up and head to a campsite somewhere. It's also feeling like it might rain again here, so might as well get the campsite set up, and I got a couple gadgets I get to set up at camp tonight that will be fun to play with. So we'll see you in a bit. I'm gonna head on out. Hey everybody, it's Friday. I ended up at the Lyre River on the Olympic Peninsula. Little spot. I saw that Nomadic Fanatic guy on YouTube talks about this spot quite a bit and how much he likes it. But check out the campsite though. Right behind there. You know, since this is like a temperate rainforest, it's definitely wet and drippy here, but just nice. Sounds real nice with the creek there. They call it the Lyre River. It's named after a lyre, you know, that harpy thing the Greeks played. So some explorer named it a lyre because it sounded so musical as he went to fall asleep, with the musical sounds of the river going over the rocks. I'm sure he said it in Spanish though. So anyways, talked to the host. He's kind of a interesting feller. Evidently this place is free if you have a Discover Pass, which I just bought one today, $30 for 2 years. It's free. You don't even have to register, which is kind of cool. I think he takes a note. But boy, I looked at a few spots and pulled in here, and by the time I got out and looked around, he was on it. So the good news is that this place was tough for getting into, because people would set up tents and then just would leave. And you know, by having a host in here, they can't do that. So people would set up a tent and they'd reserve like on Wednesday, but not come in till Friday. So nobody could use it until they came in here, which was a real rude thing. But with the host in here, that shouldn't happen as much. So that's actually kind of a good thing. And he's down a ways. I mean, this is the road coming into my campsites right here. There's actually a bathroom right behind these trees here, which is kind of nice. And there is a little turnaround right here. But other than that, I'm like the last site on this little road coming in here. So should be kind of private. The only problem is I wanted to test my shower, and the layout of this site just lended itself to being a front end only, which means my shower's open to the road. So I'm not going to try the shower here. I'll find someplace else to do it tomorrow. But that's all right. We'll make it work. So anyways, I'm going to do a little camp setup and then crack open a beer. Sounds good. It's getting dark out here. Myself a little refreshment. Got a little magnetic light I just stuck on there that trying out. Shouldn't have bought, but I did. Just can't help buying little gadgets. But actually I do need a little light above my barbecue, which I'm going to set up there in a second. But I got the Fiamma 80 awning out, ADS. Pretty simple. I really like the awning. So let me show you what else is going on. Alright, so got my e-bike right here is where I held that little table that's set up there and my chair. But let me show you where my barbecue is. You know, these little shelves are all kind of new. So my barbecue's in this bottom one. So that works out all right. This is just it's a little Eureka butane. And I know it's real dark. I'm sure it looks horrible, but here. Oh, I was inside when I put that up. See, I think this has different modes. Oh, there we go. So anyways, at first I didn't really care for this barbecue. Ooh, it's awful dirty. But I've kind of grown to like it. Alright, so I'm here at the Lyre River in Washington, just north of the Olympic National Park. Found having a little step two after driving most of the day. You know, I started just south of Olympia. I kind of took my time, and I had a few errands to run at Olympia, a little bit of shopping I wanted to do, so I got that done, and just kind of meandered my way up here. But boy, it takes a long time to get up here. It's the first time I've camped here at this Lyre River, but seems like a nice campsite. I chatted with the host for a little bit. He seems like an interesting fellow that is real native to this area, and he's been seeing some salmon in here, so I might get up and look for some salmon in the morning, and might even take my e-bike out for a ride if it's not too cold. He says that the coast is only a mile and a half or something like that down the road, so might give that a try as well. So just kind of enjoying my little new fire pit I got going on here, and so far it seems to be working okay. I'm not sure how long it's going to run on 1 gallon of propane, but we'll give it a try and barbecue up some dinner, and we'll catch you in the morning. Night. The main reason I put that awning out last night is just that whenever I'm parked near water, there's always a lot of moisture in the air, and just keep my chair dry and the area right around the van a little drier. So anyways, I'm just going to go for a little stroll along the river, the Lyre River here. I see there's a little trail that goes up a ways, and talking to the host, sounded like there was some fishing up there. So walk the van up and go check it out a little bit.
acting like a wild man, sleeping like a child. You're so luminous and vibrant. I'm always in bloom for you. Always in bloom. Always in bloom for you. So many times I've stranded, a castaway on unknown shore, although a stranger in this continent. I'm always in bloom for you. Always in bloom. Always in bloom for you. An infatuated light. Although it hurts me, be with you. I'm always in bloom. Always in bloom for infatuated light. Although it hurts me, be with you.
Okay, so I've been finding it pretty handy to have this 20-volt air compressor that just works off the same rechargeable batteries that I have on the rest of the van. I'm gonna just air up all the tires here before I get out of here. Alright, so I've been here at this Lyre River campground for a couple hours this morning, just kind of taking care of some chores and such, and I think I'm pretty much loaded up and ready to go. So we're going to hit the road and just kind of explore around this Olympic Peninsula a little bit today. I've got, I don't have to be home till tomorrow night, so we're going to camp someplace out here, but we'll see as we drive around today. Maybe I'll grab some camera pictures, or maybe go do some birding, or maybe just walk on the beach. I don't know. I tried to go for a bike ride earlier, but this campground is totally surrounded by private land, and they really don't want you looking around this private land out here, so whatever. So anyways, I'm gonna get the heck out of here and move on down the road.
Infatuated light. Although it hurts me, be with you. I'm always in bloom. Always in bloom for you. For I'm always in bloom, always in bloom for
Strait of Juan de Fuca out there. I think way over there on the other side is Vancouver Island. Doesn't look that far away from here, but it is a world away. That's Vancouver Island, folks. That's like a whole nother country. Crossed the Strait of Juan de Fuca. So for lunch, cooked up a couple of these seasoned Philly cheesesteak things. And they came out all right. Cheesy. I do like my view though. There's my sliding door view. There's some people next to me though. So there's some real nice sea stacks down there on Ruby Beach. But I didn't even bring a camera. I just brought this little DJI Pocket. It's nice out here though. I just kind of wanted to check it out and see what the beach was about. It's all these round rocks instead of sand. It's really weird. And as they wash into the surf, you can hear them like little watery rock falls. I suppose I should get up and walk around a little bit. Get back on the road. It's nice though. This campsite's not too bad. It's the ocean right behind me. The ocean and then my campsite. It's the Kaluch campground. Whew, got a lot of rules. Check out 11 a.m. They have an interesting way of taking payments here. They've got this board that you put where you can see what sites are free. I'm in E2, so I just put my little receipt in there. 24 bucks a night. Different beach, same ocean. The stairs to get down are over there. Hoping there's another set up there, but I'm not sure. So the mighty tree of life. It's kind of hanging there. Nice campsites right through here. I can just barely see the ocean out my back door. Sure feels nice right now. Alright, so spent the night at Kaluch Campground. Just, I think we're on the Quinault Indian Reservation, but just outside of Olympic National Park. It was a very nice camp spot. There's some good spots next to the ocean. If you can get one of those spots, it's great. If not, the ones here on the left are right along the freeway, so that's not quite as nice. So, gotta get back to Portland today, but I'm gonna take my time and poke on down the coast and I don't know, just explore around a little bit. So we'll find out together what's next on this little trip. Over here on the Queets River in Olympic National Park. So I actually did go into the park just a little bit. So it's Sunday morning. I got out of the Kaluch campground about a half hour ago, and was gonna go down to Moo Clips or something like that and head back to the ocean, but since I'm so close to Olympic National Park, I thought I'd just sneak in and check out the Queets River a little bit. So anyways, just still out exploring around a little bit and I'm gonna head on down the road. Check out this crazy town called Seabrook. It's like perfectly manicured town. I mean, it's got really interesting architecture and it's like a make-believe New England town. Look at these little streets here. Crazy. Oh wait, Seabrook Inn. So there is a historic cabin there. Oh look, there's shuffleboard court. I saw a pickleball court a little ways back. Town square. Bigger homes and smaller homes as well. And then there's this kind of make-believe little downtown area. Actually, to be truthful, there's a bunch of interesting little shops through here too. Pizza. Luxury oceanfront residences is what this is called. Very picturesque and manicured. I don't feel like I fit into this place. Adventure. That was Roosevelt Beach, by the way.
All I want in this whole life, a little red house and a country wife, a picnic table out on the lawn, a couple of kids and a couple of dogs. Work big bathtub in my bathroom, microwave, dishwasher too. Folks say hi when they pass on the street. A clean pair of socks every day of the week. A big soft chair for when I'm old. Tackle box and a fishing pole. I don't care about the fortune or fame. I just don't wanna know my mailman's name. At Christmas time, I'm gonna leave him a gingerbread cookie. It don't sound like much, but it sure is heaven to me. Every now and then go on a vacation, big radio and a country station, hot dog grill in the noonday sun, drink a little beer, boy, have a little fun. Some folks worry about getting ahead, but I'm gonna live a little before I'm dead. And anyway, they say the best things in life are free. It don't sound like much, but it sure is heaven to me. Yellow flowers and green, green grass, bright and more that's built to last. A big beer stored on every clothes, a slip and slide and a garden hose. All my buddies and their wives have a big barbecue on the 4th of July, and a cheap guitar so I can play a little melody. It don't sound like much, but it sure is heaven to me. No, it don't sound like much, but it sure is heaven to me.
Hey, Scott PDX. Today is Sunday. I'm just south of Westport. I'm actually heading back towards Portland now. I got another hour to do some scenic driving before the sunset, so I might stop and take a picture of the sunset if I see a nice spot, but otherwise I'm just heading for Portland. So it was a fun trip in the van, and do a little van camping and a little bit of van life, whatever that is. But it was nice just to get away and look at something else and see something new for a change. So anyways, that's all I got going on here, and we'll talk to you later. Scott PDX out.